When it was good, it was great. When it was bad, it was horrible, like drinking a warm martini. Great knower of the unknowable, please tell us, what are these 8 levels of the swank? And sitting around her like mushrooms, we all looked up to her. And at that moment, a little puff of cosmic wind must have blown through the club because the stars in her hair made a little gentle tinkling sound as she started to explain patiently to us, as if to a child. She said, the 8 dimensions of the swank are, well, we all know the basic 3 dimensions, height, width, and depth. And to that we have to add the dimension of time. And I thought, yes, time, of course. I think Einstein said something about that. She said, yes, I think he did. But we have to also add the dimension of thought. I've never heard of that one, I said, Great Queen. She said, yes, but there's more. There's the dimension of moonlight. Oh, really? And the dimension of vodka. Oh, yes, that one I know. And she said, and the dimension of love, the highest dimension there is. And she said, to reach the highest level of consciousness, you need to transcend all 8 levels of the swank, including that real stickler, number 7, the dimension of vodka. Many get stuck on this dimension and cannot proceed. She said, the dimension of vodka is measured in universal units called Martinis. And we all oohed and awed at the simplicity of this powerful statement. And it is said it takes 1,000,000 martinis to equal 1 psychic unit of temporary well-being called a snootful. And we all said together, snootful. She said for the true believer, it takes 7 snootfuls to reach the highest level of inner peace called bliss. And she said, it comes with a half-priced coupon for your second entree.
Okay, you made that part up.
And that, Mamba Jobbies, is when it all happened.
Here we go.
The most astonishing single event of the entire week, right here in Swanktown. She drew back in horror. She said, I can't believe it. I can't believe it. And we all asked, like a Greek chorus, what? What can't you believe? And she said, this dog right here, that dog underneath that piano, is the legendary top dog, which, as you all know, is Godpot spelled backwards. That all of humanity has been searching for eons and centuries and even a very long time. That dog holds the secret of life. And she said, did you know that dog was God spelled backwards? And I said, Katrina, could I freshen your martini? Well, what kind of martini do you want? And he says, I want a martini so cold I can ice skate on it, and so swank the olives are wearing high-heeled shoes, man. And holding the reins of that rig was a skeleton with an old-fashioned in one hand and a Marlboro Red in the other. He was smiling a breezy smile because he had no teeth. Well, you didn't have to be a genius to figure out that this was a venture with disaster written all over it. But it still did follow the very first law of Swanktown, which is...
What's that?
Turn your anxiety into publishing.
That makes sense.
And so, Mamba Jobbies, the 3 of us continued on into the night, plotting and scheming to make a movie born from misery, nurtured by hope, and oiled by martinis. What could possibly go wrong? As often happens after such tumultuous breakups, these 2 were bonded back together again tighter than 1,000 monkeys with wrenches.
Ah, I see.
Speaking of which, I'm kind of thirsty.
What?
You think it might be time to whip us up a fresh batch of see-throughs? I think it might be. Let's just stir that up right in there. Oh,
Yes.
Doesn't that look good? You should have been here last Saturday night.
Really?
Oh, things were popping here at the Royal Palm Court Lounge.
What'd I miss?
Everybody was in a very festive, frolicking mood. The martinis were flowing like so many tulle wedding gowns in June, baby.
Yeah, you go, man.
Life was good. And of course, the queen canine of all, the #1 dog in all of Swanktown, is Mika the Akita. Laziest dog in all of show business. Spends every single episode sleeping underneath the beautiful big black Berzendorfer piano. Let me tell you something. That dog works the room like a debutante. On his way out of town, Lost Dog swung by the Altonito Hotel. He got into the elevator down in the lobby, stood up on his hind legs and pushed the button for the penthouse. When the elevator doors opened, he walked right in here to the Royal Palm Court Lounge. He strode right over to the piano, gave Mika a little high five and a nod. Mika said whatever and went right back to sleep.
Good dog. doggy.
Then Lost Dog pulled up a chair and sat right down at the piano. There we were, just the two of us, me and Lost Dog. I said, how's it been going, man? He said, it's been going great, man. Then he ordered a martini, nice and dry. He shot his cuffs. He adjusted the lapel on his white dinner jacket, put a 50 in the tip jar, and requested his favorite song. He loves to do that, man. That is one very swank and very stylish dog, cats. If you see him around town, why don't you give him a little scratch? He loves that. You see, it's just like I always tell you. Living swank is the best revenge. Repeat after me. Living swank is the best revenge. Thanks for listening, Mamba Jobbies. For more information, it's swanktown.com.